It is a championship for the Bedford Bulldogs, 3 in a row.
Johnson serves it in. Great header there, and it's a goal.
Brian O'Brien shot, Bedford goal.
Sees it about the 18, sends it up and over and in. Big shot, Grace Crowder. Will kick, snaps back, kick is up. It looks good. It is good.
It's good.
It is good.
It's good.
Well, it's been raining all day here at Bedford High School, but that's not going to stop D1 field hockey. Tonight's game, you are watching BCTV for tonight's game. The Bedford Bulldogs hosting the Merrimack Tomahawks. I'm Pete MacDonald with your play-by-play host, Scott O'Donnell. Scott, we were just here 2 days ago, and saw an incredible Winnacunnet victory for the Bulldogs. They got to feel pretty good coming into this game tonight in spite of the rain.
Certainly do, Pete. That was a huge victory for the Bedford Bulldogs over the Warriors. At Winnacunnet, top of the heap when it comes to talent across the state in this field hockey program, and to squeak out that 1-0 win, Bedford certainly carried a lot of that play, and credit to both teams really working hard. Ball right into the goal mouth, and again, Bedford with a quick strike. It looks like Sidney Davidson, the leading scorer for the Bedford Bulldogs. Bulldogs draw first blood 20 seconds into the game. I apologize for not getting to the play-by-play sooner.
It was a perfect lead in, because Sydney, of course, scored the goal for the Bulldog win over Winnacunnet, and she gets the game started tonight.
That was some quick offense from the Bulldogs. Good to see. The ball comes out to 35. Davidson gives chase. Merrimack tries to clear. Comes up to about the 30. Going to get a foot call. Senior captain Natalie Denon, midfielder, going to take the free hit from the 30. Gets the ball into Montagano. Montagano is center of field. Switches left, then right. Back across the 15. Tries to work in the shooter circle. Gets the ball to the front of the net. Knocked down by the Merrimack defender. And Merrimack clears. Up the near side of the field. And there's Eloise Montagano on the intercept for Bedford. And the call's going to go Bedford's way. Going to be inbound ball for Bedford. Denon slides it into Montagano. Montagano goes baseline. Back left and right with a nice stick handle. Into the circle. A good try there by, I believe that's Ella Putney, sophomore for Bedford Bulldogs, with a quick turnaround shot.
Scott, quick shout out to our Merrimack fans and viewers tonight. We are simulcasting on Merrimack TV.
Oh, welcome to the broadcast. And by the way, Pete, before we go on with the broadcast, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Another one.
Another one down.
Slow those down a little bit, please.
That's right. Montagano tries to advance the ball up the middle to O'Donnell, right off O'Donnell's foot, and it's going to be a Merrimack free hit. Merrimack comes up. Tries to come near field. O'Donnell pursues. Gets the takeaway. Montagano with the intercept into the shooter circle. Montagano strikes hard, straight across the crease. And that ball was struck very well. Davidson didn't have time to get the handle on it. Neither did sophomore Lydia Denon. It was coming in so hot, right to left across the goal mouth and out of bounds. That's going to be a Merrimack ball coming out at the 16 with a free hit. Merrimack defender moves the ball up the far side of the field. Tries to go sideline. Out off a Bedford player. Be a free hit for Merrimack. Big strike for the Merrimack defender. Up to about the 35. Across the 50. Merrimack moves quickly into the offensive zone. Montagano is there. Disrupts the play with a nice jab tackle. It's going to be Bedford ball. It's going to slide back. Junior captain Amelia McDonald surveys the field. Starts a move. Switches field smartly. Over to Mia Catane. Mia Catane slides it up the near side of the field, up to Denon. Denon moves it into O'Donnell. O'Donnell spin move at the 20. Moving left in the shooter circle, tries a backhand, almost gets through, does get onto a Bedford stick, and a shot that just doesn't advance into the goalie. Got knocked down by Merrimack defenders. Nice job by Merrimack getting in the way of that ball. Some tricky moves there from the offensive players for Bedford. Back to the 16. Merrimack, big strike upfield. Ball goes all the way up through the 50, across the 40, into the Bedford zone at the 30. McDonald's there to scoop it up. Looks up. Beautiful pass up near sideline to Denon. Denon handles. Denon into the center of the field, goes to Montagano. Montagano looks back, tries the give and go, back to Denon, just out of Denon's reach and out of bounds. Some smart plays there, Pete. You know, heads up, trying to make the passes and lead the teammate, but unfortunately just couldn't connect. Merrimack inbounds. Denon knocks it down, over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell at the 20. Tries to scoop it up and pop it over the Merrimack defender, but it hits the back of the stick. Denon with a backhand advance. Into the shooter circle is Montagano. Montagano with a shot on net. Just wide right.
You know, Merrimack, they had a loss to Winnicott, but I thought what was remarkable there in the score was they held Winnicott to 2 goals. So when you can hold a top 5 D1 team that just has a history of winning to 2 goals, you've got some game there. And I expect that Merrimack will play just as hard here against Bedford.
Certainly will. Merrimack tries to clear. O'Donnell knocks it down. Deflected over to Lydia Denon. Denon tries to advance it into the shooter circle, but it goes out of bounds. Bulldogs very aggressive on the ball right now. Really pressing up the field. Trying to capitalize again after that first goal under a minute into the game. For those of you just joining us. Bulldogs up 1-0. Ball at the 30. Montagano's going to win the call for Bedford. Up she comes at the 20. Moves from right to left. Gets to the top of the circle. O'Donnell gets a stick on it. Moves it forward. Davidson shot on net. Goalie makes a save. And Merrimack looks like they're just about to clear. Trying to get it out of the shooter circle, and they do. They're going to get a free hit. Another big rip from the Merrimack defender. Ball Bedford's way. Denon, right to left into the goal mouth. O'Donnell deflects. It bounces up. Shot. Bulldogs goal. That looked like Ella Putney that got that deflection and knocked it in for the Bulldogs. Yep, Ella Putney, number 16, sophomore for Bedford. 2-0 Bulldogs. 8:30 left in the first quarter.
Well, they crowded the shooting circle, and it had paid off. They swarmed the net.
Yeah, all 4 offensive players just packing the shooter circle, and really tenacious as Davidson brings it back upfield again. Advance the ball in the shooter circle. Don't get good stick on it. But up steps Montagano with a quick shot. Tries to find Davidson down low, Lydia Denon. And the ball just sails past her stick. Almost another deflection for a goal there for Bedford. This is the most offensive we've seen the Bulldogs so far this year, Pete. They're just piling it on right now.
Yeah, maybe that third quarter there at the Exeter game was that was pretty intense too. But yeah, they look they look good here, certainly on offense. There hasn't been a lot of defensive action right now.
Montagano trying to work through a Merrimack crowd. Back and forth the ball goes. Montagano gives pursuit. Across the 10, across the 5, tries to drive it in the goal mouth and just misses it. Doesn't get all that ball, but that was the right play. She had 3 Bedford players in Davidson, O'Donnell, and Putney already with their sticks if that ball was coming across. Merrimack moves the ball up across the 35, up across the 40, and there's Montagano again. Now O'Donnell gives pursuit. She pokes it away, but they're going to call a free hit for Merrimack. Merrimack defender comes up to about the 40 in their zone. Referee's going to push the Merrimack player back to the 36 and ball back in play. Merrimack drives the ball up the middle of the field, carries across the 40, across the 35. Beautiful jab tackle by McDonald. Pokes that ball away and nullifies that offensive rush from Merrimack. Slows the play down and Bedford ball. Beautifully done. Mia Catane for Bedford. Goes near sideline. Over to Denon. Denon runs up across the 40. Advances it to Putney. Putney tiptoeing across the goal line. Excuse me, the out of bounds line, but just mishandles. Big hit by number 24, Ella Fong for Merrimack. Ball gets all the way down to 40, but here comes Brooke Poirier for the Bulldogs. Junior defender.
Those big hits are important. They open up the field, as we've seen in so many games.
Yeah.
And, they've got some strikers here that can hit that ball on the Merrimack side.
Certainly changes momentum quickly as McDonald tries to switch fields just out of the reach of Catane. It's going to be a Merrimack ball at about the 40-yard line. Had a steady rain out here tonight, Pete. It's got to be difficult on these players trying to see the ball, get their heads up, and make the right play as they're trying to keep control of the ball. Insert by Fong. O'Donnell's there. Intercepts, comes across the 50, quickly comes across the 40. Nicely into midfield over to Putney. Putney tries a handle, and it just hops up off her stick and hits her in the foot. It's going to be a Merrimack ball. Merrimack advances, gets it up to the 45. Tries to get it midfield, but Montagano is there. Beautiful defensive play and turnover. And she's going to get the benefit of the call for the Bulldogs. Again, Denon slides it back into Montagano. Just a little bit out of Montagano's reach. Her and O'Donnell give pursuit, but they're going to call third party on that. Free hit Merrimack. Merrimack advances the ball up across the 50, up across the 40. Tries to go far field, but Brooke Poirier is there. Turns around quickly, swift feet, right up the sideline, across the 30. Still with the control of the ball. Moves the ball up. It's in the shooter circle. O'Donnell in front of the net all alone. Shot, save, rebound. There's a scramble in front of the net. They're going to call a Bedford goal. I'm not sure who got it. Bulldogs score.
Well, there had to be 5 of them right in front of the net, and I can't tell who put the ball in.
I think Ella Putney has the ball in her hand. Number 16 for Bedford. Wow, that was a quick play. That's confirmed. Putney on the rebound. Bedford pouring it on. 3-0, 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Merrimack tries to advance up to the 40. Intercepted by Catane. Catane to Montagano. Putney into the shooter circle to Davidson. Tries to turn and get a shot off, but it's blocked there. Nice play by the Merrimack defender, getting back in time. Bulldogs are coming in waves, Pete. They're just really tenacious on the ball, making smart plays, beautiful passes, and just getting that ball to the net. 3:30 left in the first. Merrimack tries to clear. Knocked down again by Montagano. Putney to O'Donnell. O'Donnell, quick turnaround in the shooter circle. Gets the ball towards the net, but knocked down by the Merrimack defender and cleared. It's going to be out of bounds. Ball should come up to about the 5-10 yard line. Well, they're coming up to 15. Fong. Big hit. Chipped away at by O'Donnell. Chipped away at by Putney. They both work together, try and get in the shooter circle. They do. O'Donnell has it. Slides it right out in the front of the net. Montagano is there. Gets a shot off. Ball back to Montagano. Shot again. Deflected in front. And just wide to the left of the goal mouth. Merrimack with a free hit from the 16. Nicely played up the center of the field. Knocked down by Putney. She goes to the near sideline, but Merrimack player gives chase. Putney wins it back. Putney at the 25. Spins. And they're going to give the ball free hit to Merrimack, but O'Donnell quickly on the ball. Quick spin move across the 20, across the 15. Gives chase. Moves left, moves right. Slides it backhand to Montagano. Montagano tries to go goal line towards the net and out of bounds.
Well, Bedford just keeps up their attack.
A lot of chemistry going on out there, Pete, with these offensive players for the Bulldogs. O'Donnell chases it down. Montagano intercepts. Back to O'Donnell, top of the circle. O'Donnell tries to get a shot off, but nicely played by the Merrimack defender as Merrimack works the ball out across the 30. But Montagano is there again. Montagano. Big defensive play on the far sideline. Slides it down. Over to Denon. Not sure if that's Grace Wolf out there, Pete, on the left side. Can't quite make it out. Merrimack moves up the field. Beautiful defensive play by McDonald. Steals the ball nicely up across the 50. Very calmly down the sideline. Tight ropes. Over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries to make a quick pass to get in the shooter circle, and it's going to work for the Bulldogs. Smart play. Gets the foot call. Bulldogs are going to get a corner off that play.
So they got their first corner. They're still scoreless with corners. So let's see if the Bulldogs can make something happen here tonight.
Yep, that is Grace Wolf that's checked into the game for the Bulldogs on the left side of the field. McDonald inserts up top. Works his way to Montagano with a shot. Time expires, ball out of bounds. That's going to be it for the end of the first quarter. And that's one heck of an offensive display by the Bedford Bulldogs.
Agree, and I wonder, too, if they came off of two really tough games, competitive games with Exeter, and then this weekend hosting Winnacunnet. They lost to Exeter in a just a huge battle royale. They came up with the victory in Winnacunnet. I got to believe that must give them a sense of confidence going into. We're almost midway through the season now. That hey, we can play with the best of them, and they're sure looking tonight like they've got a spark or a renewed spark that has got them up 3-0 right now.
It's very impressive too, Pete, the fact that Coach McStowe is moving some players around, making some adjustments, and it seems to be paying off. You know, seems to be a little extra offense in that first quarter. We haven't seen the Bulldogs move the ball like that that quickly and be that aggressive on the ball yet this year. And you got to give the Merrimack team credit here for their work out there and how hard they're trying to get the ball out of their zone and generate some offense. Every time they get up to 40, 50-yard line, there's a swarm of Bedford players on top of them, but they keep on trying to move that ball up, and I think at some point they're going to break free.
Well, for those watching, you are watching a live broadcast of Bedford High School field hockey on BCTV, simulcast on Merrimack TV. This Friday, the Bedford Bulldogs will be traveling to Nashua South for football. That's Friday night under the lights, Friday, September 8th. Broadcasting on Nashua Public Television, Channel 22, BCTV, Channel 8.
And these Bedford Bulldog girls field hockey program have quite a busy schedule this week, folks. We've got coming up Concord at Concord High School, Rollins Park, at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. And then again Friday here against Keene. And then Saturday, a morning game at 10:30. I believe it's against Manchester Memorial on Saturday. So 4 games this week, right in the heart of the season. This is certainly going to be a a defining period to see how they do in advancing their win record.
Hey, quick correction too on my PSAs there. We already played Nashua South, and we'll be playing Bedford Bulldogs. Will be playing Goffstown. So apologies for that. We had a big victory on last Friday. That game has come and gone.
All right, we started back out second quarter. Some changes on the field on defense. Senior captain Madison O'Donnell, right defender. And far side sophomore midfielder Ella Putney is checked into the game. Grace Wolf stays in the game, also a sophomore. Along with Ella O'Keefe, number 14. So it looks like we've got a 4-3-3 that the Bulldogs and Coach McStowe are putting together here. Davidson, O'Keefe, O'Donnell, Putney up front, Wolf, Montagano, Denon in the middle, O'Donnell, McDonald, and Poirier in the backside on the defensive line. As the rain starts to pick up a little more here, O'Donnell with the intercept at the 40, advances around the defender, up across the 30, moving the ball quickly, up across the 20, into the shooter circle, backhands, tries to feed the ball into O'Keefe. O'Keefe tries to advance the ball towards the front of the goal. She does. Ball pops up in the air. I think we're going to get a corner out of this.
You got a corner there.
Yep, referees call for a corner. Here we go. McDonald. Set. Referee gives her the go-ahead. Ball up top. Denon. Denon tries to cross it over to the top of the circle. O'Donnell battles for it. All the Merrimack defenders are out. O'Donnell spins right and left. Goes to the backhand. Into the goal mouth. Ball pops loose. And again, just wide left. Another great scoring opportunity for the Bulldogs. Merrimack with the free hit from the 16. Tries to advance. Ball gets knocked down by Ella O'Keefe into the shooter circle. O'Donnell tries to pop the ball around the defender. Looks like it's going to be Bulldog ball. It's going to come back out to the 25. Montagano sets. Montagano looks right, moves left, gives it to O'Keefe. O'Keefe tries to center it. O'Donnell, top of the shooter circle, again goes to the backhand, gives pursuit quick. Tenacious on the ball, gets a shot off, just misses left side of the net.
I haven't been keeping a shot count on tonight's game, but they've had plenty of shots. Bedford has. Just now in 1 quarter and not quite a half.
Poirier intercepts, lays it out for Putney. Putney gives chase, tries to chip it over the defender. Beautiful spin move at the 10. Tries to advance the ball low to O'Donnell. O'Donnell gives chase. Now Denon tries to pinch the Merrimack defender in, but nicely done by the Merrimack defender to clear that ball. Denon's there again. Back over to Montagano. Montagano right into the shooter circle. O'Donnell tries to get out of the way of the shot. Gets it at the top of the circle. Turns, shoots. Saved by the goalie.
Tapped in.
Beautiful rebound goal. Bulldogs score. Davidson again. Bulldogs leading scorer. Sydney Davidson pots another one.
BCTV's live channel and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download in Apple iOS and Android. Download the BCTV television app from your app store today. I have it. It's a great way to watch these games as well as all of the various Varsity Sports, and we just had another score there.
Yeah, the O'Donnell spin move down low off the
Yeah.
backhand, gets her own rebound and slams it home. 5-0 Bedford. 10:30 to go in the second half. Merrimack tries to advance. Eva Picientini is there. Sophomore forward for the Bulldogs checked into the game. Slides the ball back over to McDonald. McDonald nicely over to Denon. Denon at the 50 tries to advance the ball just out of the reach of Picientini. Merrimack gets up across the 45, but McDonald is there in the intercept, and here she comes back up the field across the 40, across the 30. Smartly down the sideline. Merrimack defender pokes it out of bounds. McDonald lets that happen and lets the rest of the play and players develop up the field. McDonald on the insert. Beautiful pass down low. Picientini's there. Back again to McDonald. McDonald tries to one-time it. Nice play by the Merrimack defender. Denon tries to switch fields. Grace Wolf, nice move, pulling that ball away from the defender. Gets in the shooter circle. Ball out in front of the goal mouth. Shot on net. It's Ella Putney again. That's a hat trick. Sophomore Ella Putney, number 16. That's her third goal of the night, Pete.
They're just on fire right now, in spite of the rain that is just, we're in flood conditions here. Water's puddling everywhere, but that's not stopping the Bulldogs from just pressing.
Ball right back up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell across the 40. Moves to her left. Gets around the defender. Gets in the shooter circle. Off her backhand. Advances towards the net. Shot on goal. And the Merrimack goalie makes a nice save. Kicks it wide. O'Donnell with speed up the gut. Just creating a lot of offense. Montagano as well. Merrimack tries to clear, knocked down again. Bedford. Julia St. Hilaire is teched into the game for Bedford. St. Hilaire backs up, gets ready to defend. Big strike from the Merrimack defender. Ball back and forth the middle of the field, and there's Brooke Poirier to gather it in. Over to St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire to O'Donnell. O'Donnell top of the shooter circle, looking for room. They're going to call a free hit for Merrimack coming out. From the 16. Merrimack tries to advance. O'Donnell knocks it down and steals it. Back into the shooter circle, moves right. Nicely defended by the Merrimack player, staying in O'Donnell's way, not giving her much to work with. Merrimack advancing the ball up the field, up across the 30. At the 35. Knocked down by a Bedford Bulldog. That's junior Avery Girasol, who's now checked into the game for Bedford. Number 13, Maya Stubbs for Merrimack, tries to advance the ball up the field, but intercepted by Poirier. Poirier comes down the far sideline, works her way around. Nice ball, struck right into the circle. Rebound out in front. And Bedford's going to get a corner out of that. That was Grace Wolf advancing the ball along with St. Hilaire on that left side.
Yeah, the opportunities just keep coming for the Bulldogs. I think if you're Merrimack, you got to get that. You got to open up that field. Some more of those long hits. Get folks spread out.
Ball inbound to McDonald. McDonald top of the circle. Takes a drive. It gets knocked down. O'Donnell pursues. Pops it towards the front of the net. It bounces out in front. Avery Girasol on the rebound, knocks it into the back of the net, and that's going to be another Bulldog goal. Merrimack moves the ball nicely across the 50. That's number 10, Anna Martin. Anna Martin gives chase, but McDonald is there. McDonald strong on her stick, takes the ball the other direction, and is able to win the call for the Bulldogs at the 50. She's going to have a free hit. Big lift from McDonald. Beautiful ball. Clears about 25, 30 yards in the air. Connects ultimately to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to Girasol. Girasol tries to spin and advance it into the shooter circle. Just misses it. Merrimack player is there trying to work the ball out. Picientini gets a stick on it. Back out in the front of the net and cleared by Merrimack. Up the field comes number 10, Ava Martin. She drives it down the field. Merrimack gives chase, but McDonald is there. Calm, cool, and collective. Sends the ball out of harm's way and down the field, almost out of bounds of the 50. Gives time for everybody to get back. Smart play there.
You know what we've seen in the last few games with McDonald and O'Donnell is they're typical midfielders, and they've been playing or been put on defense to cover injuries and various other coaches' strategies, and they've really stepped up. I mean, Tegan had a terrific outing against Winnicott, and Amelia has stepped back to defense for tonight's game and is doing a stalwart job there.
Yeah, they've certainly all been interchangeable. It only makes for a stronger team,
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting to note here, Pete, a couple years ago, the junior high level team with a lot of these girls that are now sophomores for the Bedford Bulldogs, they won the Tri-County Championship against this Merrimack group. So this Merrimack team it's a young team. They have a lot of good field hockey players up and coming, and they're going to be strong in the years to come as they develop here. Ball moves up to about the 30. Ella O'Keefe gives chase, gives it over to Grace Wolf, over to Tegan O'Donnell, into the shooter circle. Tegan O'Donnell right, left. Quick pass over to Picientini at the top of the goal mouth. Avery Girasol gives chase. Pulls it away nicely from the defender. Gets the ball at the net. Beautiful save by the Merrimack goalie. And the ball comes out. Merrimack moves up the far side of the field with speed. Cross the 40. Grace Wolf tries to defend for Bedford. Beautiful pass across the field by the Merrimack player. Up to the 20. Number 11, Avery Hugh. But O'Donnell counters. Comes right across the 50. Nice pass to Picientini. Picientini lays it out to Avery Girasol. Girasol gives chase. Chips at the ball. Wins it. Tries to advance it back to Picientini. Just out of her reach, but Denon's there. Nicely played by the Merrimack player, number 23, Summer Dahlback Doyle. And McDonald controls for Bedford. Across the 40. Lots of open space. Beautiful stick handling. Head up. Nice pass into the shooter circle to O'Donnell. O'Donnell slides it out in front. And Bedford's going to earn another corner call. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of chemistry between several of these players out here, Pete. Moving the ball, knowing where to go, making the smart passes. And it's nice to see all these young players in the game right now for Bedford. As the ball comes up, McDonald, shooter circle, big rip. Nice defensive play by the Merrimack player that got out there quickly and got a stick on the ball. Very well done. Merrimack advances up across the 50. They have the advantage. Maddie O'Donnell's there with a nice play at center field, knocks the ball out, advances it back up across the 50 to Denon. O'Donnell steps back up, makes another play to slow the offensive play down, and she's going to earn a free hit for the Bulldogs. O'Donnell up across the 50, tries to go to Tegan O'Donnell. Tegan O'Donnell pokes it up, slides, moves left around the defender, up across the 20, into the shooter circle, looking backhand, spin move, forehand shot, tries to get it into the goal mouth, just doesn't get all of it. Avery Girasol gives chase. She's going to earn the benefit of the call there for the Bulldogs. Going to be a free hit, Bedford, from the 10. Denon sets, moves quickly to the 5, baseline, tries to rip it across the front of the goal mouth. It doesn't get through. Nicely knocked down by these Merrimack defenders, and that's the end of the second half. Avery Hugh was able to stop that advance by the Bedford Bulldogs. A lot of hard work out there. Ava Martin and others over there on the Merrimack side of the ball trying to weather the storm.
I was going to say the playing conditions are just not the best at all for either side. The rain continues to just pour down on the field.
As we start the third quarter here, ball kicked off at center. O'Donnell works it right up the middle part of the field. Passes into Kylie, who's checked into the game. Kylie gives chase. Junior offensive player. It's going to be a free hit for Merrimack. Merrimack tries to go far side of the field, connects. Moves the ball up to the 50. O'Donnell, nice stick, slows it down and gets in the way. Ball comes across the 45. Poirier is there for Bedford. Poirier, the spin move, tries to give it to Girasol. Girasol gives chase for Bedford, but Merrimack's there. Turns around and heads the other way. Merrimack goes far side of the field. I believe that's Ava Martin again. And out of bounds. It's going to be a Bedford ball. O'Donnell on it. O'Donnell passed the ball nicely up to Tegan O'Donnell at the 50. Excuse me, to Piciantini. Tegan O'Donnell gets a hold of it. Tries to advance it. Piciantini is there. Quickly back to Girasol. Girasol battles for it. Ball squirts loose. O'Keefe tries to go back to the center of the field to Piciantini. Piciantini gives chase. Ball back up to the 50. Denon gets a handle on it. Denon takes a look. Tries to get it up to the 50. Kylie's there. Kylie gives battle, but they're going to call her for interference by using her back and not advancing the ball in the other direction. Ball comes up. McDonald knocks it down nicely at the 35. Beautiful control. Advances the ball up the far sideline. Kylie gives chase. Tries to poke the ball up. It just misses. And Merrimack's going to have a free insert. Ball goes in. Comes up a little high. They're going to give Bedford a free hit. I believe it's about the 45-yard line that they'll probably bring him up to. Yeah, right out to about the 40. Denon advances it nicely. Up to Kylie. Kylie with a spin move. Advance to Piciantini. Piciantini, top of the shooter circle, tries to spin away from the defender. But the Merrimack defender won't be denied. Nicely done by number 10, Ava Martin. Martin, far sideline, tries to advance the ball just out of bounds. Denon is there for Bedford. Ready on the counter. Brings the ball in. Crosses the ball. Merrimack knocks it down, comes back up the field. Girasol, nice defensive play, knocks the ball down and earns the benefit of the call for the Bulldogs. Quickly over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe quickly into the circle to O'Donnell. O'Donnell spins, gives it over to Kylie. Kylie goes far side, tries to make an inside move, gets around the defender into the shooter circle, gets a shot on net, scramble in front. O'Keefe gives chase, tries to get a stick on it, doesn't. Ball comes back out. Girasol, quick hit. O'Donnell with a deflection. And ball goes left of the net.
Nice play by the Merrimack defender there to get the ball out of the circle and stop the play.
Bedford's going to get a corner call. Denon, senior captain, comes down to the goal line getting ready to do the insert as the Merrimack defenders gear up and wait for the referee's signal. Denon, right up to McDonald. McDonald, shot, on net, ball in, into the mouth of the goal. Denon trying to work it. O'Donnell poking at it. Nicely defended by Merrimack as they come back the other way. Out to the 25. Nice pop move on that ball by the Merrimack player. Number 14, Jackie Hayes. Beautiful stick. Picientini knocks it down for Bedford, tries to go the other way. Gives chase. Knocks it up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell up across the 20, looking for open room. Spins into the shooter circle. Tries to pass it over to Kiley behind Kiley. And that's going to go out of bounds.
You're watching BCTV and Merrimack TV coverage, live coverage of Division I field hockey. The Merrimack Tomahawks visiting the Bedford Bulldogs.
Going to be another free hit for Merrimack. Merrimack defender tries to lift, gets right up in the face of the Bedford player, O'Donnell. She knocks it down. It's going to be a free ball for Bedford. Kiley moves right. Far side of the field, goal line, loses grip on the ball and out of bounds. It's going to be a Bedford ball coming back out at 25. Denon sets the ball down, takes a look. Movement on the field by all the players. Denon advances the ball. Merrimack nicely defended. Knocks it down, tries to work the far side of the sideline. Now they try and switch fields, give chase. Julia St. Hilaire is there for the Bulldogs. She slides it up over to Ella O'Keefe, who slaps it in the shooter circle. It bounces up and back out again, and once again back into the shooter circle. Kiley with a backhand, ball in front. Julia St. Hilaire got a stick on it, but it didn't get into the net. Ball pops back out, far side. Almost knocked down by Denon, but they're going to call a foot call. Free hit Merrimack. 7-0, 8:30 left in the third quarter. Kiley in traffic. Tries to break away with the ball. That's going to earn Bedford with another benefit of a call here. Free hit at the 20. Denon into Picientini. Quick shot on net. Ball in front of the goal mouth. Rebound. Goalie keeps kicking at it. Bedford scores. Julia St. Hilaire, number 17, gets the rebound and puts it in the back of the net for the Bulldogs. And we get an 8-0 game.
They're doing a good job just staying on attack and getting those rebounds after rebound after rebound, and it goes in the net again for Bedford.
Bedford on the inbound, back to Maddie O'Donnell. Maddie O'Donnell at the 40, over to Amelia McDonald. McDonald over to Poirier. Poirier switching fields, Bedford is, up across the 50. Poirier advances, quick feed up the sideline, tries to keep it in, just mishandles and out of bounds. Going to be a Merrimack ball coming back the other way. Flores applied enough pressure there for Merrimack in order to get that ball to go out of bounds. O'Donnell on the intercept. Nicely out to Picientini. Over to Maddie Kiley. And Kiley's going to get a call her way. It's going to be a free ball, free hit for the Bulldogs. At about the 20, Picientini. Backs up 5 yards. Advances. Tries to go in to Avery Girasol, who just misses on the ball. But she recovers nicely, gets the ball up to O'Keefe. Ella O'Keefe moves left and right, advances the ball, tries to get in the circle. O'Donnell scoops it up real quickly. Almost gets around the defender, but foot call. Ball's going to go back. Merrimack possession. They're trying to work the ball out. O'Keefe gives chase. Now O'Donnell. Bulldogs tenacious on the ball. O'Keefe knocks it down. Over to Piciantini. Top of the shooter circle. Just off her stick. And away comes Merrimack. But there is Natalie Denon. Pushes the ball back in across the 30. And now Merrimack comes back up near side of the field. Flores trying to get a handle on it. And ball out of bounds. Going to be Merrimack ball. Good effort by Flores. Number 13, Maya Stubbs. Tries to advance it up to number 12, Emma Charette. But back come the Bulldogs. McDonald across the 25, one-handed, nice ball control. Slides it backhand into O'Donnell. O'Donnell in space, tries to make a move. And she's going to earn the benefit of another call.
Forced a corner.
McStowe calls in the play from the sideline. McDonald goes baseline. Sets up for the insert. Kylie top of the circle. O'Donnell backing Kylie up. Now they're shifting O'Keefe over to the near side. McDonald in hard to Denon, all the way across to Kylie. Kylie backdoor tries to get Julia St. Hilaire on that back post, but the ball just pops up over St. Hilaire's stick and out of bounds. Nicely executed. It's a real good try on that.
Yeah, corners are really, other than a penalty shot, one of the best opportunities, or the next best opportunity for scoring. They just have to happen quick. And that was a good, well executed play. The ball took a bounce.
Maddie O'Donnell, stick handles around the offensive players from Merrimack. They're going to call a foot call. Merrimack taking the ball back the other way. And out of bounds goes the ball. It's going to be a Merrimack insert off the sideline. Big hit from the Merrimack player. Ball bounces all the way clear the middle of the field up to the 20. Brooke Poirier gives chase. Tenacious on the ball, trying to defend. Ball goes off a Merrimack leg, and it's going to be a free ball for Bedford. Poirier quickly up the field, right across the 50. She's got Denon wide. Lays it out for Denon. Denon across the 40, across the 30. Denon, quick ball, tries to get in the circle over to Kylie. Kylie just misses. Nicely defended by the Merrimack player. And they try and move the ball back out to the 40, but Denon gives chase and scoops back around. This time connects with Kylie. Kylie open, slides it over to Girasol. Girasol tries to advance the ball. Little miscommunication between the Bedford players. And that's going to be a free hit from Merrimack. Ball comes back up to the 40. Merrimack tries to advance. O'Donnell poke checks beautifully. Steals the ball, but Merrimack defender gets it back. Far side of the field. O'Donnell gives chase. Pushes the defender out. Denon now works it. Denon pops the ball up. Kylie on her horse, across the 30 with speed, comes across the 20, drills the ball out into the center of the play. And Julia St. Hilaire with another swipe at it, but just went wide. Kylie is quick, Pete, when she gets going with a head of steam and some open field.
She sure is. We missed her last weekend.
Yep. Certainly did. Maddie O'Donnell steps up at the 50. Nicely defended. Pops the ball up to Denon with a one-time pass. Denon with a spin move. Advances the ball up to 20. Here comes Kylie. Cuts across the middle of the field. Tries to advance into the shooter circle. Gets to O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries to advance it. Nicely defended by the Merrimack player who deflects it out of bounds. This ball should come back out in possession of Bedford. Should come back out to the 25. And that's what will happen. Senior captain Natalie Denon, number 22, sets up with the ball. Starts moving far side of the field. Drives one in the shooter circle. Ball gets in there, but Merrimack nicely defended. Moves the ball back out. Far side of the field. Denny gives chase again. Picientini clears it back into Kylie. Kylie across the 20, across the 10. Big drive across the front of the net, but just wide. Had a lot of heat on it, Pete. We're under 50 seconds here left in the third quarter. Merrimack seems to have found its footing. They're playing some really solid defense. Advance the ball back up the center of the field. McDonald swiftly onto the ball. Carries beautifully far side of the field. Goes far sideline and out. Nice defensive play by Amelia McDonald, junior captain. Big drive from the Merrimack player. O'Donnell gives chase, and that ball is going to get out and end up out of the goal line. It's going to be a free hit for Bedford. Just under 10 seconds. Maddie O'Donnell, senior captain, will come up to the 16. Survey the field. Moves the ball up nicely, and that's the end of the quarter. So at the end of the third, we got an 8-0 score on the board here for the Bedford Bulldogs. But the Merrimack team has really showed some resiliency here the end of that third quarter, keeping the ball out and really giving a dynamite effort staying in this game.
Yeah, they slowed the pace of play down considerably in the last few minutes here. And, it's not an easy thing to do. You're down 8-0. You've got one quarter to go. You could very easily get discouraged, but they're still playing. They're still playing tough, and they've slowed them down.
I'm looking across the Bedford roster here, Pete. I think everyone on the roster has made their way into the game tonight, which is nice to see. Everybody getting some playing time, some experience at this level. A real strong showing from several sophomores. Ella Putney with the hat trick.
Yes, indeed.
Sydney Davidson once again, solid as always. Potts another 2. And then you spread the wealth. Julia St. Hilaire, Avery Girasol, and Tegan O'Donnell with the other goals.
Yeah, you can see from the first of all, when you have a bit of a lead, it gives the coach a lot more options to put in players that may not see a lot of field time, and it really allows them to grow as players and add to the depth of the squad. So just getting them out there in the field is great, and they're all playing real well. This team just has developed that confidence that perhaps we didn't see 3 or 4 games ago, and it's showing tonight against a capable Merrimack squad.
This is nice to see, Pete. The spirits are high on the Merrimack side of the field. A lot of the girls cheering and staying positive out there. You love to see that.
Well, they're soaking wet. They're playing in monsoon-style weather here. Got to have some fun.
Sydney Davidson late onto the field. I think we're going to get started here right now. 15 minutes on the clock, 1 quarter to go. One more Merrimack player making her way out on the field. So from the back end, we got right side defender Maddie O'Donnell, center D Amelia McDonald, Brooke Poirier, lefty. Grace Wolf, left mid. Eloise Montagano, center mid, and Natalie Denon, right mid. O'Donnell steps up, slows the Merrimack defender down. Ball goes out to the far side of the field. O'Donnell right back on it. Pushes the defender. McDonald is there to scoop up the ball. Big drive up the field. Knocked down nicely by Denon, gathered up by Kylie. Bouncing ball with speed, trying to get it around those defenders. And nicely played by the Merrimack defender. I believe that's number 13, Maya Stubbs, out there on the left side. Or Jackie Hayes. I apologize, I can't see that far.
Oh, the lighting, the rain, and makes it tough here to find the numbers.
Yeah. Big collision on the field. Both players get up, seem to be okay. Looks like number 7, Hannah Dodonna for Merrimack. Free hit. Eloise Montagano out to the front of the net and cleared by Merrimack. They get it just out of the shooter circle, advance it up to the 20, and they're going to get a free hit out of that. They try to clear it up the field, get all the way up to the 45. O'Donnell scoops it up and smartly back to McDonald. McDonald with a beautiful pass, far side of the field to Denon. Denon goes down the sideline, works it up the field, gets it to Kylie. Kylie over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries another spin move, but just slides right off the stick. Denon there. Denon switch fields over to Grace Wolf. Grace Wolf into the shooter circle. O'Donnell, top of the shooter circle. Quick shot on net. Save Merrimack goalie. Rebound comes out. Nice save by the Merrimack goalie.
Terrific save. That was dead on.
Montagano counters again. Back into the shooter circle. Works to the left, trying to find openings. Shoots the ball. Spin move by O'Donnell, but they're going to call a free hit for Merrimack. Merrimack tries to clear the ball. Denon's there, gathers at the 40. Goes far side of the field. Smartly up the right side of the field to Kylie. Kylie up to the 10. Kylie into Montagano. And unfortunate bounce hits Montagano in the foot. It's going to be a Merrimack free hit. Merrimack comes out. Advance O'Donnell with a quick knockdown. Lifts the ball into the circle. Passes it over to Lydia Denon. But they're going to call a foot call on that. Merrimack's going to come back the other way. Merrimack clears. Tries to get it up to about the 30. Denon is there. And Montagano. And they're going to call a stick on stick, and Merrimack's going to get another free hit. Merrimack player, far side of the field. Advances the ball up the sideline. McDonald swiftly onto the ball, quickly up the side of the field, very smoothly advances the ball out of danger, back out across the 50. Ball goes down the sideline, and looks like it was out of bounds off the Merrimack player. Maddie O'Donnell, senior captain, inbounds, smartly to McDonald. McDonald, big pass up the center of the field, makes its way to Grace Wolf. Grace Wolf tries to get it back out to Denon. Merrimack player is there to counter. Gets it back up over the 40. McDonald smartly back to Brooke Poirier. Poirier gets it. Poirier pops the ball up. Grace Wolf at 50-yard line. Across the 40. Slides it up to Lydia Denon. Denon gives it back to Montagano. Montagano tries to pass it up to Maddie Kiley. Nicely defended by the Merrimack player, who goes far sideline at the 40 and weaves her way back up. Tries to go back out to the center of the field to find a teammate. And number 10 for Merrimack, Ava Martin, is going to win a call for a free hit for Merrimack. Up across the 50. Merrimack starts to advance the ball. Montagano pursues. Takes it away from Martin. Slides it nicely up to Maddie Kiley with room. Kiley across the 35, across the 30. Up across the 20. Nicely defended by the Merrimack player. Montagano Back to Denon. They play give and go. Drive it in the circle. O'Donnell gives chase. Steals the ball from the defender. Comes out in front. Pass it beautifully out in front. Just missed the opportunity by Bedford. Lydia Denon gives chase. Slides it back into the shooter circle. O'Donnell tries to spin on a one-timer. Just doesn't get anything on it. Ball back into the circle. And off Maddie Kiley's foot. This is going to be a free hit for Merrimack.
Boy, Lydia Denon, she showed showed some speed there. She came out of that circle and chased that ball down.
Yes, she did.
She
O'Donnell, top of the circle, turn, shot, score. Bulldogs goal. O'Donnell with a big drive there.
Indeed.
Quick turn and a quick shot. Kind of froze all the Merrimack players.
She found the opening.
Nine nothing on the board. Just about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Merrimack trying to advance up the field. They do. Nice stick handling. Get in the shooter circle. Little give and go, trying to get a shot on net. That was Ava Martin for the Merrimack team. Amelia McDonald on the sideline. Advances it. It goes off a Merrimack stick. It's going to be a free ball, free hit, for Bedford. McDonald carries to open space. Nicely defended by Merrimack. They counter real quick into the 20. Brooke Poirier is there at the top of the shooter circle for Bedford. Knocks it down. Girasol pokes it free. Poirier back again with the ball, and here she goes away across the 30. Tries to move the ball up to Maddie Kiley, but just not enough on it to get there. Montagano gives chase. Pokes at it. Grace Wolf, nice pass up the field. Advancing the ball. Sydney Davidson scoops it up to Lydia Denon. Lydia Denon across the 10. A nice quick stick handle. Goes backhand into the crease. O'Donnell in front of the net. Tries to go backhand herself. Doesn't get through. Back off the rebound. Davidson. And the goalie's there to kick it away. Far left side. Nice passing from the Bulldogs.
Yes, indeed.
6.5 to go in the fourth. Merrimack trying to advance the ball up the field. Denon's there again. Knocking it down. Denon. Big strike to O'Donnell. Quick turnaround, one-timer into Davidson in the circle. Bulldogs give chase, and they're going to earn a corner. Up comes Amelia McDonald out of the backfield to get involved in the corner play.
What a great hit by Denon there to get the ball into the circle and then, of course, earn the penalty corner.
Yeah, that was a solid strike. I think we're going to see McDonald get a drive off here. Davidson gets ready to insert. McDonald top of the shooter circle. Right to McDonald's stick. Inside. Top of the shooter circle. Rips a shot. Nicely defended by Merrimack, but McDonald recovers. Stays on the ball. Stick handles. Advances the ball in a circle into O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries to advance it backhand.
This looks like another corner for Bedford.
And draws another corner.
Nice defensive play by the Merrimack defender off of McDonald's shot there. Stopped it cold.
McDonald sets on the insert. Ball comes up. Maddie Kiley pops over a stick. Denon scoops it up. Bumps it up to Montagano. Montagano curls, goes far right. Tries to cross it. Ball pops up. Not sure if that hit the Merrimack defender. I think it might have popped her in the head there.
I think it did.
Seems to be okay. And Bedford's going to get another corner. McDonald back to the baseline. Kiley top of the circle. Montagano top of the circle. Backed up by Denon. Insert from McDonald to Kiley. And referee's going to call a foul on the Merrimack defender for leaving too early from the line. So they can't move until the ball is inserted. So they lose a player, 3 defenders and the goalie. Big advantage Bedford. Amelia McDonald in.
Oh,
another
one,
foul.
Another one jumped the gun. You're down to 2.
Merrimack player, another one out of the box. You're down to 2 Merrimack defenders. 8 offensive players for the Bulldogs. Into Kiley. Kiley just mishandles. Beautifully defended by the Merrimack players. Montagano advances into the circle. O'Donnell with a quick flip shot. Nice goals.
Yeah, great
nice
stop.
play by that goalie, knocking that down.
Great
that
glove
got
stop.
up fast. Great job by the Merrimack team on that. Only 2 defenders and the goalie against 8 offensive players. They're going to call another corner, and they're going to clear the box again, Pete. Bedford with the advantage. Denon inserts to McDonald. McDonald quickly to the net. Off of Davidson's stick. Rebound. That hit a post. Scramble for it in front. Davidson gives chase as it pops back out to the far side of the field. O'Donnell gets in there. Tries to break the ball free. And it goes out of bounds. This Merrimack team, what a heck of a defensive effort these last couple minutes.
When you're down to just 3 people defending, the goalie plus 2 players, and you stop 2 drives like that, that's something to take some credit for.
That was impressive. Just under 2:30 in the 4th quarter here as Merrimack moves the ball up the field. Nicely intercepted by Grace Wolf. Maddie Kiley tries to get to the ball. Ends up getting the benefit of the call. Comes across the 20. Tries to strike it to cross it into the circle. Doesn't get all of it. The Merrimack defender clears. Up the far sideline. Denon is there. It's going to be Bedford ball. Push it into Kiley. Kiley comes into the circle. Kiley to O'Donnell. O'Donnell, quick turnaround, backhand. Nice save by the Merrimack goalie. Really nice kick save on that quick turnaround and backhand from O'Donnell. A nice pass by Maddie Kiley right into the goal mouth. O'Donnell knocks it down quickly, gets it back in the shooter circle, tries to advance. They're going to call free hit for Bedford. Montagano takes it, sets up quickly, goes far right. Circles into Maddie Kiley. Maddie Kiley tries on the one-timer, hits the side of the net and out of bounds. Merrimack will have a free hit coming back out to the 16. We are just at the 1-minute mark left in the game. Big rip from the Merrimack defender. Gets up to the 40, but Denon's there. Controls it. Back and forth between the Merrimack players. Ball pops free. Out to the 40. Denon's there. Denon tries to get it to O'Donnell, but the Merrimack defender steps up nicely, intercepts, but Eloise Montagano's there. Goes far side, Maddie Kiley. Maddie Kiley up to the 10, up to the 5. Maddie Kiley inbounds into the shooter circle, pops over O'Donnell's stick in traffic. Montagano's back. Scoops it back up, advances at the net, shot on goal, ball bounces off the goalie's pads. Lydia Denon has it. O'Donnell with a backhand. Sydney Davidson from her knees trying to advance the ball into the net. But that Merrimack goalie has defended and done a wonderful job keeping the ball at the back of the net these last several
She sure
minutes.
has.
Got to give her a heck of a lot of credit, and those defenders really hanging in there at the end of the game, playing some of their best field hockey of the night.
So Bedford will take the win, obviously, 9-0. They are headed to Concord They'll be playing on grass, which is always an interesting variable for Bedford. You've been watching BCTV and Merrimack TV live coverage of Division I field hockey. Bedford takes the game tonight. Merrimack held up respectably and had a solid fourth period there where the defense for them came alive.
Yeah, we had, again, to cover down on the goals, we had a hat trick from sophomore Ella Putney, 2 goals from senior Sydney Davidson, goal from Julia St. Hilaire, Avery Girasol, and Tegan O'Donnell with 2. Lots of offense from these Bulldogs tonight.
Yes, indeed. And for Merrimack, they're off to Bishop Girton. They're going to be at Bishop Girton on the 21st, which I believe is Thursday. So that'll be a big game for them. BG in the thick of the hunt as well. And that'll be at BG. Time for that game is scheduled right now for 6 p.m. And then we've got the Bedford game. We'll be heading to Concord, and we're looking at a 4 p.m. earlier game on Wednesday, and then we're back here at home against Keene on Saturday. So, Scott, I guess we'll call that a wrap. Good outing by the Bedford Bulldogs. Great play calls by you as always. Thanks to Andrew Fenn and the folks at BCTV and the simulcast folks at Merrimack Television. Have a good evening, and we'll see you at the next game.